utmost gratitude at Bhagawan's lotus feet. Respected elders, sisters and brothers, Sai Ram. Welcome to the platinum edition of the Samarpan, an offering of gratitude from the alumni of Sri Sathya Sai Institutions, held on the third Sunday of every month. It's been 75 sessions already. It's an evening for all of us to come together and relive our cherished memories of the magnificent moments spent with our Lord, recapitulate His word, His work, His way, and by it share this joy and bliss. In this Platinum Samarpan, we are blessed to have with us Shri Sai Manickam, a second generation devotee and alumni of Brindavan and campuses of Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning, and more importantly, a true Sai student as a guest speaker. I am also privileged to be married into the family of Shri Sai Manickam. So I just thought, from the anecdotes I've heard from his close family members, I will introduce his very introduction. The year was 1967. A woman late into her pregnancy, the very embodiment of, I would have said Mahalakshmi, but as was the trend then, of M.S. Subbalakshmi herself, walks into an ornate door, a familiar door, entering to meet an old friend. He was seated there with his lips tinted red, welcoming her in as an old family member. They begin their chat, and Swami tells her that this is your last pregnancy. The child will be a boy. All the astrologers had told her that it's going to be a girl. But when Sai Anugraha is there, what can the Navagrahas do? Swami says, you have been telling me that for all your students to admit into your education, my educational institutions, for this boy I have to start a university. So brothers and sisters, if we are all studied in Swami's university, I think there is a debt of gratitude owed to the speaker of the day. Shri Sai Manickam studied his joint Brindavan campus for his 11th standard, went on to pursue his BSc Physics and MSc Physics. He did his MBA degree from Prashanthanayam campus. He was extremely fortunate to have many direct and personal interactions with Bhagawan. He has accompanied Bhagawan on various trips to Kodaikanal, Chennai, Mumbai. He was part of the famous Shankaracharya drama. He has played harmonium in front of Bhagawan on many occasions. Not only has he had an opportunity to learn many lessons at Bhagawan's lotus feet, he has been one of the very few of us who has actually put it into practice. There are many people who pay testimony to the silent service which he has done both in the India and the US in spreading Swami's message, in encouraging devotees, in giving various opportunities for multiple people. Let us stay calm. Let us stay alert. What we are going to hear today is a very important talk. I personally requested him that along with sharing the many experiences he has had with Bhagawan, to also give some pointers on the responsibilities of a Sai student. He will share his many experiences with Sai Mata and Sai Pita. Over to, well, I will tell at least once, Sai Chitapa. Sai Ram.
At the divine lotus feet of our dearest Lord Sai, respected elders, dear sisters and brothers of the Sai family, my deepest gratitude to Bhagawan for having given me this opportunity to share his glory with all of you today. I know Brother Harish gives a very generous introduction. I hope I can raise up to what he has said in the mission of Sai. Also, when I see my own seniors and lecturers here, who have been a great inspiration for all of us as Sai students when you join Swami's institution. So we are ever thankful to them for being with us. So I also feel when I see everybody here that I am still part of Swami's institution. I have not graduated yet. So thank you so much. So I'd like to transport all of us back to 5 decades. Since when my parents have been devotees of Swami, the journeys began sometime around early 1960s. And my father and mother, they were living in southern part of India. And my father did not know much about Swami. But my mother, she had learned from somebody, and she said, she kept on telling my father that we should go and see Swami, Sai Baba, who is in Puttaparthi. But my father was not, he was very reluctant. He only knew that there was one Shri Sai Baba, no one else. And but still, because my mother was persuading him, then he said, okay, let me go. So interestingly, throughout my journey with Swami as a student, even before, many things happened in Brindavan. That's why it's very emotional for us as a family. Everything started here and happened here in Brindavan. So again, I'm grateful to Swami for this opportunity. So my father, along with his mother, so he came to Brindavan, not knowing what to expect. So he was coming into Brindavan gate, and he found out that Swami was leaving for Puttaparthi from Brindavan. So the car was going at the gate, and he was entering, my father was entering the gate, but our loving Lord, Swami, he rolled the glass down and told my father, you come to Puttaparthi, I will see you there. It is very interesting, right? How Swami makes a personal connection with everyone. And that was his first trip, ever first trip. And he was not totally convinced that time, but still, the love of Swami you could feel. Then, after a few years, in I think around 1965, my mom, my mother and my father, they wanted to go and visit Swami in Puttaparthi. So that's why they came to Puttaparthi. So we all know, I'm sure many of us, if you have not seen, and those days Puttaparthi had a different setup, right? So we see the informal setup I call, where there was nothing what you see like today, the high-rise buildings or the rooms that we see, different Prashant Nilayams, right? It was only just trees around, and Swami is the old mandir. And the devotees, they will go and occupy each tree as their place for that trip to stay. And my mother always said that they used to cook under the tree, and before darshan they will keep everything ready and go for darshan, come back and feed all of us, right? So, though the comfort and the luxury was not that much, but they had a lot of Swami with them. Why? Because after morning darshan, it seems Swami will come down, go to some of these trees, and talk to them what did they cook that day, and Swami will partake something from them directly, which is a huge opportunity, right? So that's how it used to be. And then as the journey was going, then like Brother Harish said, when my mother was pregnant with me, that time Swami again called them for an interview, and Swami told them, this is going to be your last son, and I have to build universities for these boys. It was very profound, but my father noted down in his diary, but didn't understand what it meant. Seeing Puttaparthi, that time, there was nothing, right? So, but still, Swami mentioned this, and later I got to join Brindavan for my 11th grade in 1982. This is just my mother's picture. I just want to present, like Swami had come to our Sai Center in Coimbatore, where she had my memories in Brindavan. Why? Because this is the first place I joined, right? So this is Brindavan that I used to see. I joined my high school, that is 11th grade, and my seniors, they are here today. They are the role models for us. So we used to follow whatever they did, how to connect with Swami, how to interact with Swami, and what is expert of this place. Those things we learned from them. The next one. So we know that this again for my parents I learned. So those days I definitely want to mention about Mother Ishwarama, right? And we all know she was mother of our Divine Mother Sai. It seems she's so free, so pure, so loving, and whenever devotees come there to see Swami, and after seeing Swami they will make a visit to see her. Because she has a same kind of love that she shares with the devotees. Even sometime if Swami had not seen the devotee or talked to the devotees will go to Mother Ishwarama and mention to her, can you please tell Swami that we have come from such a place and we need something from Swami. Can you please mention the Swami? And she will take all the liberty and go and tell Swami. See, that is the freedom she had, and also the bond that she developed, I feel, between devotees and Swami, with her being and also we know that it's only because of her request that Swami, she had requested Swami that, Swami, I want you to be in Puttaparthi. Never you should leave Puttaparthi. And also, you should speak in Telugu, because that's the only language she understood. And also, at that time the Puttaparthi was a pure village where we didn't have any education system or healthcare, right? So she requested Swami if he could build something for the people in Puttaparthi. So we see today everything that is being created by Swami. I would say that again, our gratitude should go to Mother Ishwarama. So this slide I always remember, because when I was a child, my parents used to bring us as a family, my brother, my sister and myself, to Puttaparthi. So Shivaratri was the event that we never missed for those many years. And Navaratri of course, but Shivaratri was very interesting and it was very impactful for me, because me being a young child, 7-8-year-old, so I used to rush and sit in the front line when Swami used to do the Vibhuti Abhishek. That whole atmosphere was charged, right? And the way Swami used to do the Abhishekam, and Professor Kasturi used to hold the pot, and Swami will go on for 10 to 12 minutes, and interestingly, as the time goes by, the amount of Vibhuti falling down will be more. So these are things I used to see and feel that impact in my mind. I said, Swami, wish I am close to you. I wish I can get closer to you. So that yearning for being close to Swami started when I used to watch all this in presence there. Yeah, this is a picture where we see that Swami, bringing more Vibhuti on Shri Baba's statue. So now I get to join Swami's school for my 11th grade, and this is my hostel where I joined. And we had Swami's old mandir before the Tri Brindavan that came up. And that old mandir, I would say, is like a house, right? It was like a bungalow or a house. It was not a big mandir that we see today. And we as a small young boys, we are just 15-year-old, we joined here and leaving our parents at home. But here when we join, Swami brings you close to him. That motherly love that you see from Swami starts when you join here, and the interaction that Swami himself creates. So I used to remember the window darshan part. So early morning, like 5:30, 5:45, all of us used to go into the mandir, and Swami used to go from his room to the kitchen. So when he goes to kitchen, he has to go through this window, a huge window where there used to be a curtain, right? And Swami will open the curtain to see all of us lined up there. And we will make sure that we space ourselves with the distance. So that when Swami looks down, he has to look at each one of us, right? We have a personal eye-to-eye contact and we enjoy that interaction. That's how it starts in the morning, right? Then we go to school, we come for breakfast, then we go to the school, then come back, again bhajan, the next one. So the bhajan sessions will be of this kind, every day, where Swami will sit in the middle and all the boys, they'll sit around Swami. And our seniors, they are so loving and they'll say, okay, all these young boys, new boys can sit next to Swami. So that's how we used to sit, the new introductions, right? So we used to sit there and enjoy Swami's love. So that's how our connection with Swami started as a student. It's a very informal setup. And Swami will stop the bhajan, he'll say something, he'll speak for some time, then again he'll say somebody, can you sing a bhajan? Can you sing this song? So it will be totally, whatever Swami wanted will happen, that kind of format. And the other thing I remember is a telegram, right? Those days we used to have telegram, and at this gate, so some of us, knowing about this opportunity, so we used to wait there. And when the postman comes, right, so he'll come with the telegram in his hand. So we will stop him there. He said, you don't have to go inside, we will take the telegram. So Swami will be sitting inside a room called safe room, inside. And the boys, they will divide 10 telegrams into 5 different people. And we'll hold with us and go inside the room and give the telegram to Swami. And Swami will look at us and he will take the telegram from us and we'll take the namaskar and we'll leave. So this is a regular pattern. Swami knows why we are there. One boy could have brought all the 10 telegrams, but he knows why 5 people are there, so that each one of them will get a chance. So the interaction, I would say, brought us more closer to him each day. And the letters, this is throughout the student life, all of us, we are used to this, writing letters to Swami. And when I look back now, after having graduated from Swami's institution, how much of that intensity that we develop by giving those letters to Swami. Because when we write the letters, we think of him, and when we want to give the letter to him, and Swami looks at you, right, eye to eye, and there's a chance that Swami will take the letter from you and he'll read in front of you, like he did here. So he was reading the letter in front of you and he'll give the answer. So boys, whether we have 2-line message or 10-line message, doesn't matter. Or we just write, Swami, I love you, that's it. But still Swami will take the letter and read it in front of you. That is how that bonding started, right? And so this, I would say, the hostel and the education here in Swami's institution is not just mere education, right? It's much more than that. That's what we see. The learning that we go through is for life. And it's always valuable and very much applicable. Even today's life, as I see. Right. So I joined from 11th, then I'm slowly getting into the system, and after a few months, and there was a message saying that whoever is part of Kerala, they are welcome to go to Puttaparthi for a Onam festival. So I also wanted to go for the Onam festival. So we were 14 of us. We went to Puttaparthi from Brindavan, and I didn't know what to expect. It's the first trip for me, and so we go there. So 3 days we stay there. Then Swami calls us, our boys, 14 of us, to come for an interview. So I rush inside, feeling that Swami may be there for a few minutes inside the room. So let me get that opportunity. So I run inside and try to sit next to Swami's stool. So till I came into Swami's institution here, I used to come with my parents. I used to run for the darshan line. Those days, you can run. If you get the first line, you can occupy for the whole day. You can put our newspaper or our towel, and you get reserved for those days, for the whole day. So and when Swami comes by, I used to touch Swami's feet, and also I used to count number of namaskar I get, right? So as Swami comes by, I will touch his feet and keep touching till he passes me, right? So I will get 3, 4, 5 namaskar. Then I will come and tell my mother, I got today 5 namaskar. She will say, good, but you have to get better. Still, your behavior has to improve. So that used to be my mind. So now I am inside the interview room. in Puttaparthi. So Swami comes and sits in the chair. Then I am next to the stool, and again I start touching Swami's feet. And not knowing Swami is going to sit for 45 minutes, right? So I started counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It kept on going, and Swami is sitting there. And Swami looked at me down, and the poor guy is doing namaskar, but with a count in his mind. But Swami kept quiet, he didn't say anything. Then there was a devotee from US, so Swami called her, and Swami waved his hand, created beautiful tiny silver box, and Swami opened it, and it was totally empty. Then Swami put the lid back, and again he tapped it, and there was full smoke of vibhuti from the box. And there was so much vibhuti, it was in Swami's hand and everywhere. Then Swami gave that silver box to the devotee and told her, you can use this. Whoever devotee comes to your house for sickness, for any emotional problem, you are most welcome to give the vibhuti to them as prasad. They will be taken care. Then Swami looked at me down and still sitting and doing the namaskar, and Swami had so much of vibhuti. Now Swami asked me, show your hand. Then Swami applied on both my hands. Then Swami very sweetly, gently, Swami said, for Swami one namaskar is enough. You don't have to do many namaskar. But the way he communicated, the way he conveyed, even till today I remember that. The impact is so much. That sweetness that he said the words, right, and the gentle way to say. He could have said before that, no, you can stop. I'll give you namaskar before you leave. No, he didn't say that. Right? He made sure that I was comfortable and I'm new to this, and give me enough time and mention that sweet words which I still remember. So that's the Father Namaskar story. Yeah. So this is how it used to be. This was this same Kalyan Mandap. No, it got changed now. So when the tribe Brindavan was under construction, so we used to meet here, and Swami used to come here, and boys, whatever they buy, whatever they get for music instruments, they want Swami to bless first. So one boy is a tabla player, so he had a tabla that he had got from his hometown. He wants Swami to bless it before he starts using for bhajan. So everything that we have, we want Swami to bless. So this is what we have trained. I would say that today, that all of us, we want to feel every moment with Swami because of that reason. The training that he gives, right, out of his love, that I want you to be with me, I want you to be closer to me. This is one young boy, I remember, I think from primary school or so. So he had, when he was seeing all the institute boys giving something big for a blessing, he only had a simple calculator. It had only few functions, addition and subtraction. But you see how much attention Swami is showing on that calculator. And as if this is what matters for Swami. But for that boy, young boy or young child, this is a huge connection, right? He will never forget that Swami blessed my calculator. Swami spent so much time with me through this. So I feel through every interaction, for everybody, I'm sure in this audience, all of us have our own connection with Swami. Each one of us have our own experience to share. Abundance. Why? That's why he has, this avatar, I feel, he has designed that way. He will spend his own time with us, each one of us. Yeah, that's again the birthday that boys will get to do. We always look forward for our birthdays. I know some of us, we are maybe born in month of May or April, which we don't want because it's a vacation time, we have to go home. But some of the boys, they stay back just to celebrate their birthday. Because Swami will come out from the mandir or from his room, and Swami will bless the child or bless the boy. And that opportunity nobody wants to miss. So it's again given for each student. Each one of us, we enjoy that only because we cherish that memory, right? That blessing. Yeah, again this is part of the Brindavan. And where each student, they get to do Arati for Swami. Actually, that was the first picture for me with Swami where showing Arati. And it's so nice, I have shown this Arati during my Bala Vikas program in my hometown, right? But when you do for Swami directly, that impact is unforgettable. That moment, I can even still, today I can think about it. So Swami will light the campfire, and there are like 10 boys waiting for the matchbox, right? Swami, and he will choose whom to throw to, and sometimes he may put the matchbox in our one pocket, right? But it's interesting that all those things happen in few seconds, and that's Swami, right? And he'll make so many people happy with one action, one act. Swami will make everybody happy, and students all of us will look forward for the same. Right. So as the journey goes by, so we get to see Swami not only in the mandir, right? Swami wants to be part of us as students, right? I want to be part of the student life. So I remember, I'm sure all of us we know, Swami will make a sudden trip to the dining hall when we are in the college or the school, right? Why? He wants to go and see what has been cooked. Is rasam and sambar, is everything is proper, everything is tasty, is everything salt is okay. If something is not right, he will give the feedback to the cook directly. Right? So by the time the children come back for lunch, everything is set right. That is the love he has. The love is not just sitting in one place and we go there and take his namaskar and interact with him, but he comes to our hostel. He wants to spend time with us. He wants to make sure that everything that's prepared, given to boys, are the best quality. Because the boys have come, or boys and girls, they come from leaving their parents, and family, and staying with him. So hostel life, I would say, any time, right? Whether those days or even today, such a most important component of personality. We get developed here, I would say. I'm sure all of you are very lucky that you are part of the hostel life in Swami's institution. This learning will carry forever, wherever you go. And this is applicable, like I said, or valuable. It doesn't matter we go to work, or get married, or in future. Every moment this will come handy. Yeah, this is the hostel dinner that we always invite Swami. We again wait for this moment. Why? Because Swami's mandir is here, and the hostel is there, and every day we get to Swami here. But still we want Swami to come to our hostel. Because I would say there is no privacy for Swami when he comes inside. Boys take over. The love of boys, Swami just gives up totally. So from the time Swami enters the gate, we have many things lined up for Swami. He has to come into each room and see the room, and Swami will appreciate. Or if something is wrong, he'll say, this towel is hanging here, put it back. Or he'll come into the music room and he'll spend some time in the music room. There's a music room, I don't know whether it's still there, but it used to be on the ground floor. Then Swami will go to dining hall. In dining hall, we'll have multiple sessions going on, and Swami will spend so much time dining with us. Again, this is molding us, giving us interaction, response, comments. Swami will meet so many students during that dinner time, which even I won't know. You might have spoken to my roommate during that session, right? And something very specific to the boy. And we will come back and share all those in the room after the darshan. So we always look forward for the dining hall session with Swami. Yeah. Again, like Brother Hari said, traveling with Swami is really fun, lot of fun, right? And you can see, we have heard about Swami's like 1,000 mothers' love, right? Exactly, we can say 1,000 million mothers' love, it could be. And this is one of the trips. We were going to Chennai as an MBA team for an industrial trip. And Swami had arranged for all the snacks to be given to each boy to pack in his suitcase for the trip. And Swami was also coming to Chennai that time. And in Brindavan here. So as Swami called one Sevadhan and said, why don't you distribute to the boys? So all of us refused to take the snacks from the Sevadhan, with due respect of course. And we said, Swami, we want to receive from you. And Swami, so lovingly he got up, and with a lot of smile and fun, he himself started giving to every boy. And this is the interaction he developed, he maintains, right? And he also likes when we say, Swami, we want you, right? He also waiting for that moment when we say, Swami, we want you, not the world, we want only you. Till then he waits. So then Swami immediately responded and said, okay, I will give these snacks to each one of you. Right. So this is a trip in again Kodaikanal where sometimes Swami will get into the bus, right? When he gets into the bus, and there's again a lot of fun because each boy will line up inside the bus. We want to sit next to him, and you see so many boys around want to touch Swami, touch his feet, and get the proximity more. So so one of the trip, Swami was sitting in the bus. And Swami's car, which is known to everybody, color-wise, right? So it was going in the front. It's an empty car, right? And Swami was sitting in the bus behind the car. And all the devotees on the side of the lake in Kodaikanal, they thought Swami is inside the car. So they were doing namaskar to the car, feeling that Swami is inside. But after they do the namaskar, they look into inside the door and Swami is not there inside the car. They were disappointed, but still they did the namaskar. But Swami was watching all this from the bus. And Swami said, see, this is power of association. Because the car is associated with me, it got elevated to the divinity level. People are worshipping the car. Now see, my association with you, nobody is looking at me. There's no respect. So he was just making joke. So he was putting his handkerchief to look like a student, basically. Yeah, this is the Shankaracharya drama that Sir Ravikumar Sir also was there. Many research scholars were there. Very, very memorable for me as personally because one is the drama, the message, everything was totally written by Swami and directed by Swami, guided by Swami. And Swami will come for each practice session. We would have almost like 30 days practice session. Each day he will come as if he is coming to see the drama for the first time. That is the excitement he had, always. And on the final day, he will be the first one to sit in the front and watch the whole drama. That is the level of involvement he had with each of the items that students do, or I'm sure devotees do, right? How does that happen? I always think about it because I'm telling you frankly, we would have got bored because we know the dialogues by heart, we know the music pieces by heart. So we know, sitting in a different room, we can say what the dialogue is. But here, Swami sits personally, makes sure that he listens to the whole dialogue and gives us the confidence, I would say empowerment, the confidence to feel that you can do it, right? You are also divine, he says that, right? Every moment he stays with us to say, you can make this happen. You are a great actor, you are a great singer. None of us are trained actors, none of us are trained musicians, but he makes us that, right? That's what he does, personally spending time with each one of us. These are the learning I go through today when you're in the corporate world, when we apply these concepts, we are successful, certainly, right? Why? Because this is what is lacking in today's world. Yeah, next one. And this again just for a group picture in Kodaikanal. So we were like 30-35 students, right? But still, when we want to take a group picture with him, we want to make sure as small group as possible, so that each one of us we can sit around him. Class, right? We'll say we are marketing team, we are finance team, we are a system group. Swami, this is not MBA, this is only system group. Okay, you come. So again, to show that we only want him, right? The moment we say only we want him, he is there for us, right? That's what it is. Yeah, this was interesting. In one of the session in Kodaikanal, Swami said, you know what, you guys, I want to teach you how to serve food or how to serve a guest, right? So he himself took up serving that day. He was bringing each item and serving on the plate for each one of us. It was, of course, too much to see that Swami is doing, but he wanted to teach a lesson there. And he was telling, while serving on each plate, he said where the rice should be served, where the pickle should be put, where the water should be kept. Each item has got a place on the plate. So if I want to love somebody, if I want to say I love somebody, I want to treat somebody good, you have to make sure that your serving is also taken care with love, right? So it's done through this, perfection. So that's what he was demonstrating. I'm sure many of our boys, they get to different roles with Swami, and Swami teaches them the same, perfection, right? That's why we say that through that perfection, the act of that, we love somebody, right? Share the love with somebody. Right, next one. Right. So quickly, I want to go through some of the interactions and the lessons that I learned myself, that I feel that is out of His love that Swami gives us those lessons, and to learn the lessons too. I always, when I was studying here and I moved to Puttaparthi for my Masters, MSc Physics and MBA, I used to see a lot of Western devotees used to come to Mandir, to Parthi, and Swami used to spend a lot of time with them, bringing them into the entry room, and a lot of interaction, and people used to laugh loud, and we sitting from outside, we used to hear this. So I had a curious mind, how does the interaction happen? Whatever interaction happens, how does Swami talk to them and how they talk to Swami? So once Swami had called few of us, the music group, for a program planning. I mean, he'll say program planning, and we want to spend time with him. So that time Swami had brought devotees from Germany. So they had come in the entry room. So Swami was talking to us, in Telugu and Tamil and Hindi in our language. And after a few minutes, then Swami looked at one of the devotee from Germany. Swami asked him, "What do you want?" Right? We all know this is Swami's very favorite question, right? What do you want? And the person was he was blank. He could not answer. So we thought maybe the person did not understand Swami's accent. So we tried to say the same thing. Swami wants to know, what do you want? In a very slow pace, right? And the person was totally blank. So next few minutes, Swami switched into German, their language, and Swami was talking to them in their language. Till then, we thought Swami is ours, right? We own Swami. Swami is from India and Swami speaks our language. But the moment he started talking, they opened out. And so much of interaction. They showed their album to Swami, their Sai Center pictures, and Swami was signing their picture and answering their questions. So after some time, Swami looked at us, because when Swami started talking, it sounded a little funny, so we just laughed, right? And Swami looked at us and asked, "Why did you laugh?" Right? When I started talking to them. Then Swami said, "I know you thought Swami cannot speak any other language. This is the difference between divinity and human beings, right? So you human beings," he was telling us, students, you know only this much, right? You have limited knowledge, but you will act as if you know everything in that subject. Whereas divinity is other way. Divinity knows everything, but doesn't show. But here, I have to talk to them because they have come all the way from Germany, and some of them cannot come second time. And some of them need answers to their concerns, right, or query. So that's why I had to speak. So this was in my mind, but Swami beautifully, created a scenario. This is what I say personally, right? That created a scenario so that I learned this lesson that Swami can speak any language, right? Right. This happened in Brindavan. We were sitting inside the tribe Brindavan, and Swami, the bhajans were going on. As the bhajans were going on, and suddenly Swami went into trance. I'm sure many of us would have seen it. And for some few minutes, Swami's body was not moving. He was totally into trance. And we kept on singing bhajans. We prepare for 9 bhajans to be safe. Normally Swami sits for 6-7 bhajans. We kept 9 bhajans, and it was going beyond 9 bhajans, right? And when Swami is in the mood of trance, our bhajans have to be with a rapid speed. It can't go slow. We can't make any mistake. And we were also new to this. And after a few minutes, Swami opened his eyes. And then Swami looked at us and said, "Do you know what happened?" Then we said, "Swami, we don't know." Then Swami said, "There's a devotee in North, and she had just then completed her SSC class, Balavika's program in the Sai Center, and as she is walking back, she had a massive heart attack. And I know she could not survive, that I took it on myself. And she is safe. but I want to make sure that she is safe. And then Swami went on to say, when you do Swami's work, I will take care of you. When you do my work, I will take care of you. That is my responsibility. Very profound statement. We all know that Swami is there always, but when you see that happening, all the more we feel that connection with the message. So what happened is, this is in Brindavan, this is in Kodaikanal, and during our stay there, so my mother had come to Kodaikanal as part of the Sevadal from Coimbatore. So she was also serving there. So she had some kind of illness that was going on for more than 6 months, and the doctors could not address it, could not cure it. So she told me, why don't you tell Swami that I'm not feeling well, I'm going through this. I said, it's very difficult not to say in so many words, but if Swami gives me an opportunity, then I will definitely mention to him. Why don't you give me a letter? So she gave me a letter, so I had it with me. So in the Sai Shruti session in Kodaikanal, so after Swami completed his round, darshan, then Swami came, as he was walking into the Sai Shruti Mandir, he looked at me and then he said, I saw your mother standing there with a Sevadal scarf, serving, prompting me to say something, right? Till then he never said this, right, for so many days. But that morning we had a discussion, conversation, and Swami picks up on that and said, I saw your mother. And then instantly I had my letter, of my mother's letter, I gave to him. And yes, Swami, she is not feeling well. Don't worry, I'll give prasad. So that's the time he gave this vibhuti package to me, and he said, give to her, let her take 3 times in a day, and she'll be fine. And she told me that within 3 days she was totally out of that issue, what she was going through. Again, to say that when we do his work, he takes care of us, right? Yeah, this is again interesting. This is in in our college auditorium in Brindavan, and during summer course, we all know how summer course is such an important item, and Swami was so particular about the summer course that every student when they join, they should go through this summer course before even they start the regular institute program, right? That much importance Swami had for a reason. So this was one of those days, and evening we had a Ramakatha program. So we were all there on the stage, and normally Swami sits, with the students, and he will watch from there on the stage. And that day, what Swami told us is that, I'm not able to hear properly from down, so I'm going to come on the stage and sit with you all. So you see, Swami came and sat on the stage, and interesting is, we are very happy that Swami is with us, but we have a lot of non-verbal communication we do, right? When you are on the stage, when you do a music program, which was not there. So we had to have our own heart-to-heart connection to make the program happen. But this is again a favorite of Swami, Ramakatha. All of us know that Swami loves it, right? And so many stories in Brindavan, I'm sure we can go on. I also remember suddenly that, once our great classical singer, M.S. Subbulakshmi, she had come to Brindavan just to have a darshan, right? And Swami brought her inside Trai Brindavan, and so we were all sitting inside, and Swami said, these are my boys, they sing very well, but I want you to sing today Bhaja Govindam. So Swami just told her, can you sing Bhaja Govindam for me? And she was happy. At the same time, she was really tensed up. And she said, Swami, I'm so sorry, I didn't bring the lyrics with me. I don't have the lyrics with me to sing the Bhaja Govindam. I'm so sorry. When you are asking, I had to say sorry. Swami said, what? You didn't bring it? So you don't know by heart? Swami asked him. Okay, don't worry. So Swami and MS together, they sang the whole Bhaja Govindam that we all know together. It was so nice to see, and we were accompanying on the harmonium and tabla by Swami every stanza. That is the intense love for Bhaja Govindam Swami has. Literally, I'm sure the Bhaja Govindam drama we would have enacted more than 10, 15 times, right? And because there's a lot of message in the Bhaja Govindam that Swami wants us to learn, right? So Swami said, you know what? After singing along with her, Swami told her, I listen to your CD regularly in my car. I like your singing. Then she told Swami, today, when I hear from divinity himself that you like to listen to me, that's all I wanted in my life. Nothing else I wanted, Swami. That is her love for Swami. Yeah, this way again we sit in the Brindavan sessions where Swami will direct the whole thing. Like I said, when to start the bhajan, when to stop the bhajan, and he will choose to play thalam for all the bhajans, right? And again there is interesting because the boy who sits next to Swami's chair, he will have an opportunity to give the thalam to Swami. So it's all designed, right? So everybody will get a chance to do something. So within 1 year, you would have done multiple things for Swami, which will bring us close to Swami, basically, right? Those interactions bring us close to Swami. So I remember this because I also had the same chance to give the thalam to him, and Swami again put the thalam back into my pocket after that, after finishing the bhajan. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Right. This one we might have seen already, but this happened again in Kodaikanal, where Swami created the ring that Janaka gave to Lord Rama for Lord Rama's wedding, right? And this ring is so big, very big, multiple fingers can go in. And Swami beautifully created and shared the whole story behind this. Nice to see the ring, then he'll pass it around, right? Then you get to see the feel of the ring, and we were very grateful that Swami showed us the ring. Yeah, the next one. So this one, again, during MBA program, Swami suddenly said, you know what, I want to teach you guys what is management, right? So for I think couple of weeks, so we used to go in the morning between 6 to 9 to Mandir, and we used to have the class by him in different topics. Of course, we used to have other fun times also. So one day, Swami created this diamond. Swami, beautiful diamond, huge diamond, and Swami talked about the diamond, how it is, and the vibrations of that, it brings the peace to the world, and so much about the diamond, right? Then Swami gave to the first boy who is sitting next to Swami's chair to pass it around. So we were like 30 boys inside the small interview room, right? We were packed, jam-packed, and normally Swami will show to everybody, we'll pass it around, then we'll give back to Swami. So Swami gave to the first boy. After a few boys seeing the diamond, then Swami got up. Then Swami said, you know what, I don't trust you guys. This is very expensive. Let me come myself and show to you. So Swami got up and he wants to show to everybody personally. So we were seeing the diamond. I know with so much of love and reverence. So we were touching the diamond, paying all the respect because created by Swami. So we all the respect for the diamond. And Swami looked at us. See, Pichivadu, you are foolish. When the Creator is there, you are going after creation, right? So instant, in a 1 second, split of a second, we forgot Swami there, right? When we see the creation, we get attracted, correct? This is we go through even today. But Swami said, this is what happens. When I'm there and you are going after creation, then we started touching Swami's hand after that. But it was interesting that Swami has to bring us back into the line of thinking. Right. That the few lessons again that I always cherish. I remember it, and I love to share always, especially youngsters, because we were young when this was happening, right? So same thing I would like to share with all the youngsters wherever I go. So few of them, and one is the teacup thoughts. So this I remember in one of those management sessions with Swami in the interview room. So we had tea and some snacks. Then one of the boy was washing the teacup there in the wash basin. And as he was washing the teacup, Swami came up to him and said, wait, I want to tell you something. So he stopped. Then Swami said, now you pour water. Open the tap, pour more water into the teacup. So as he was pouring the water, the tea dust was coming up, right? Naturally it will come up. All the tea dust had to go out. So after some time, he was able to fill in good water into the teacup. All the tea dust went off. Then Swami said, this is what I want to tell you. So when you do any sadhana, when you are doing anything, any spiritual practice, or when you are with Swami, right? Sometimes the thoughts, right? Or something may not be going the way you want it to go, right? But don't stop your sadhana. Don't stop your practice. You continue. Then you will start collecting good water. If you stop it in the middle, then you lose the opportunity, right? He said, continue to do the sadhana. But I know some people say, I went to this temple, something didn't happen. I go to the other place, it didn't happen. Why? Because we have not continued the sadhana, right? As much we do, we get the benefit. The other one is the army major general. Again, that was interesting because this person is a great achieved major general, and he was sitting in the veranda in Puttaparthi, and all of us were sitting in the veranda at that time. And Swami came out of his room and told all of us, introduced, saying that he's such an achieved person, he has done great, so many wars he has been part of, and he has led so many teams. And isn't it? He asked him. He said, yes, Swami. He was very happy that he was part of a great service. Then Swami said, okay, tell me, how many people did you kill in your war, in those wars? How many people did you kill? That was not a pleasant answer to give, right? And so he was reluctant. He said, Swami, I'm so sorry. I didn't want to do that. But you tell me, how many people you would have, killed in the war? He was not happy to share. Then Swami said, if you don't say, then I'll tell everybody what happened, what is the exact number. Then Swami said, okay, tell me what was in your mind or in your thought while killing somebody or attacking somebody. Was it the mother country or was it yourself, you as an individual, ego, right? To protect you did, or to protect the country? It was too much to think, right? At that moment. Swami said the merit of the action lies in the thought. So whatever action you did great, right? But if you want to get the merit of that action, your thought will be validated. Right? So now you have to say whether this we know in today's life, right? A doctor and a thief, both of them cut our hand with a knife, but we put one person behind the bar, other person we praise him, right? We know this, but again the intention or the thought matters. So as young boys, right, we all go through this, and we have to keep checking whether thought is based on the values that Swami has given. Then automatically we get the merit of that thought. The other was the exam pen. Again, this was interesting, happened in Brindavan. And actually, that day we had a semester end exam, and Swami was here. From Parthi he had come. And then Swami called us in the morning, gave us Pada Namaskar. So much of love he poured, and he said, go and write the exam. I will wait for you, students, in the afternoon. And we went and wrote the exam. We came in the afternoon. And Swami was there at 3:15. Swami was already downstairs, right? And waiting for the boys to come. And then all of us were seated. And some of the boys, we did well. Some of the boys did not do the exam well, right? So our heads were down. And Swami looked at the boys and said, how come there is no cheer, there is no smile? And then Swami said, asked, who has the fear of in failing today's exam? Swami asked. Anybody has a fear of failing today's exam? So one of the boy, instantly he got up. He said, Swami, I'll fail in today's exam. Very instantly, right? And Swami said, Pavam. Okay, don't worry. Swami waved his hand, materialized a beautiful pen for him. And Swami gave to him and said, you use this now, you'll be fine. You'll do very well. Actually, he went on to do IAS later. As soon as Swami gave him the pen, another boy got up. He said, Swami, I'll also fail in today's exam. Then Swami asked him, what stopped you from getting up the first instant, right? So when we introspect or when we check ourselves, we know the answer, right? So Swami said, with Swami, we had to be transparent. With Swami, we had to be open. Swami doesn't like any distance. Swami wants us to be the closest with him, right? And Swami doesn't want us to put him as a picture on the wall. He never wanted that, never wants it. Swami wants us to take him wherever we go. So he said, because you are all so conscious about people around you, right? Everything that's happening around you, you feel, okay, I cannot disclose this to divinity. But the moment we become open with him, the moment we are transparent with him, his response will be much faster and immediate. That's what we say. So it's a great lesson, right? We go through this, and I thought that was important for me to learn. And of course, the completeness of the service, I added that only because when Swami had started the super specialty hospital, so we all know it's a beautiful institution, the hospital, healthcare, and the purpose behind. So as an institution, it was built, and the surgeries and treatments are going on. But one day Swami made a mention. It really, I fell for it, right? Swami said, in my hospital, it's not only I do the surgery for the patients, because these patients, they come from far off places and they are not well off. They don't have enough resources. I make sure that I give them medicines also, followed by the treatment. The service become complete till I take care of the post-surgery, right? Just because I run a free institution, I can only do the surgery, remaining you take care. I can't say that. That means the service is not done completely. Swami makes sure that every patient gets the post-service care, by which the patient need not go into the surgery again or illness again. That is the beauty of thinking, right? The thinking, you think for somebody completely, not partially, right? So that's a complete service, that's love. That we can call it different names, but I feel that's what love is, right? So this humility part, again, this happened in Brindavan. Actually, group of scientists, they had come. Again, the humility part, right? Humility is something that all of us, we all have and we develop over a period. And Swami demonstrates that instantly, right? And the group of scientists, they had come, and they were all seated here. And Swami was, in the darshan coming out, and he was going around. Then when he went up to them, and Swami wanted to bless them, right, with vibhuti. So Swami asked them, would you mind if I give you vibhuti? And these scientists, they are devotees, they are waiting for this moment, right? For ages, they are waiting to receive something from Swami. And they were in tears when Swami asked, will you accept if I give you vibhuti? And Swami immediately vibhuti and gave to them. That is the, I would say, power of love in the humility to the core, right? And I'm sure there are thousands of people waiting to grab the same vibhuti. But Swami made sure that he asked the question, right? I would say that that's again a learning for us, right, for me. And the solar panel is another one, again for the students. So how we react to a situation, how we respond to the situation. And Swami again teaches us beautifully. So this happened in primary school in Puttaparthi, right, where there was exhibition set up by children, for boys in the school, boys and girls in the primary school. And they invited Swami to come and inaugurate their different exhibits they had made. So one group had developed or made exhibit, which is a solar panel. That is, you get hot water by heating up from the solar panel that is kept up on top. And so the boy explained to Swami, this is a solar panel, this is how it works. The water gets heated up because of the sun energy and through the solar panel. Oh, Swami heard it. Oh, very good. And what do you want me to do? Then he said, Swami, you have to open the tap, you will get hot water, warm water. And you know how when Swami walks anywhere in the mandir or in the primary school or secondary school or the college, there will be group of people walk with him, right? Always. And everybody is observing this. And when Swami opens the tap, the water, it did not come from the bottom, it came from the top. So there was a loose contact on top of the tap, and the knob, and the water splashed on Swami. And imagine the whole situation, right? Totally tensed up. Why? Because we know Swami is coming to inaugurate, and this boy is supposed to have tested everything. Not so many reasons we give, and everybody is looking at him with a stern look. What you have done? So much water on Swami's, And Swami looked at the boy, beautifully smiled, and told him, today I not only inaugurated the solar panel, but I took the first shower also. And that was again to show that moment. If I were there, I would have definitely reacted, correct? Differently, for sure. But Swami chose to say that way, that no problem, this happens. We can always get better, right? There's hope. We can always better. With His grace, we can always get better. So these are the special moments, right? I would say that all of us, I'm sure, have, that we can remember, and in our memory, we can keep cherishing, right? And when we share, of course, I feel blessed today because I'm able to relive those moments today because of this opportunity. And I'm sure we get this opportunity all the time. As Sai students, boys and girls, all the more we get, when you are in the world. Why? Because everybody wants to know what Swami is, what Swami's love is. And we students, as Swami always said, students are my property. And he definitely, he says it, he means it, and people also respond to it. So it's our additional responsibility, I would say, to adhere to the standard that he has laid for a student, right? So that was that solar panel. Yeah. Now we are doing on the time. Not sure. How much time we have? 20. Okay. And this is again in Brindavan, where so we have lot of deer. I think I didn't see it today, but Brindavan is known for this, right? So Swami's mandir and all these deer, the animals and deer, they are all there lined up, and you should see the love that they respond with which they respond. As soon as Swami walks into the cage, where all of them will be there, they run to a Swami. They used to run to a Swami. And Swami will make sure that each one of them is fed. The same love that we have seen in other pictures, right? For us, for a birthday boy or with a calculator, doesn't matter. The same love and same attention, Swami used to spend time with them. That's again a beauty. And also I used to observe, I had the habit when I was a student, as a high school, then of course in university, I used to get a lot of signatures from Swami. I want Swami to sign in each picture that I had. I used to ask Swami, please can you sign in Telugu, in English, in Hindi, and the different habit I had. But now one day I was looking all those pictures. In every picture where Swami has signed, whether it's a small picture or a big picture, doesn't matter. His signature will be such a perfection based. It will never hide any information on the picture, right? Something to watch, right? Because when we give anything to Swami to sign, Swami will be talking to you. He'll be saying something to you or to somebody next to you. But the signature will make sure that it doesn't fall on anything. It will not hide the dear face or Swami's face or our face if we are in that picture. That is the level of perfection. In all the pictures that I have, I went through, I said, oh, I never noticed this, right? That is like a walking perfection that Swami is. And the next one. Yeah, this was again in Puttaparthi, love in action, right? And again, for me to learn, right, when it comes to service, Swami is the first one to start it. He won't say somebody, you go and serve, right? He will the first one to start serving. Then he'll say, okay, other people can come along. And he'll make sure that the recipient gets complete service. That's the beauty. And we could see the smile on some of those people when they're sitting and receiving from Swami. And very, very interesting. And also those days, when the dhoti distribution or sari distribution, everything that Swami takes up, Swami himself used to come and distribute it to so many people. He'll walk around, he'll move around, make sure that everybody gets it. That is again perfection and love that everyone should get, right? No one should be missed out. Right. Yeah, so I know before I conclude, I was not knowing the time. I had one more experience I want to share. Again, it happened in Brindavan. This was after 60th birthday in Puttaparthi. You know how the 60th birthday is so crowded, right? And there were so many people in Puttaparthi. I know on that day, particular day, people were standing and sleeping because there was no place, right? People all over the place. They were there under the tree, in the apartments, in the Prashanti Nilayam, and in the ground, in Hillview Stadium. And after the birthday, and Swami came to Brindavan. That used to be the pattern, right? Unless Swami comes to Brindavan, nobody will leave from Puttaparthi, right? So Swami has to come here and spend time, and we wait for that moment, when Swami is with us in Brindavan. So Swami was here, and one day Swami had brought few devotees, from Darshan line for the interview. So they walked in. So one of the lady, Swami called her to the front. So we were all seated, and Swami asked her, did you lose your Mangalya Sutra during my birthday celebration? She said, yes, Swami, I lost it. She was in tears, right? It's very precious. And she said, yes, Swami, I lost it. Swami said, don't worry. Swami waved his hand and created a beautiful, the necklace or the Mangalya Sutra, with the same deity that she had. And Swami gave to her and said, don't worry. This thief went and stole from the other thief. Swami just made a comment, but he said, be happy, always with you. Then Swami looked at us and said, whoever comes from a darshan, whoever comes to Puttaparthi, they will not go through any difficulty. They will not get hurt. They will be totally taken care. And that is the power, promise that Swami gives to all of us, right? As a student, it's not, we know there are so many colleges, there are so many students in the world, right? Why only some students get to study here? Why only some of them they are able to come? This is chosen by Him, right? He picks us. And He wants to make sure we go through this journey with Him in the hostel, in the college, and make sure that we make it available for everybody. And I feel that I started saying this recently, instead of earning for blessing, we are already blessed. That's what we have to say, right? We are already blessed by Him, because having known about Swami, having seen Swami, having felt Swami, or being with Swami in Swami's fold is a huge blessing that we can ask for. And we are already blessed. What do we do with the blessing is left to us, right? And I'll just share one story, maybe then I'll conclude. It's an experience of a person, about the blessing part. He is in the US, one of my friend. So he has a child who is handicapped, mentally retarded, right? His elder daughter is fine, and the younger one is not doing well because by birth going through this difficulty of physically challenged and mentally retarded. And he went to so many places. He's a Swami devotee. He came to Parthi, and Swami took the letter, but nothing was happening. And he felt very, hurt. Why this is happening to me, right? If Swami wants to punish me, he should punish me, not my child. So many things go through, right? We go through that. Then it came to a point, he doesn't want anyone to feel pity for him, right? Then he said, it's my karma, let me go through it. So one day he was sitting in the Akhanda Bhajan in the US, in one of the Sai Center, and there was somebody next to him who came and sat, one of the American gentlemen. Then he was, my friend had put his son in front of him on the mat, and the bhajans were going on. And the person next to him asked him, is he your son? So he said, yes. Now my friend is thinking, oh, he's going to tell me something, he's going to feel pity, I'll get upset, I don't want to spoil my mood in this bhajan, right? Then the person tells him, I want to tell you, you are a blessed father. He said, why? First time I'm hearing that I'm a blessed father because I have this child. Then he said, you might have prayed, you might have asked that you want to serve God directly, right? And the only way is he assumed this form for you to serve him because the child doesn't have any desire of his own, right? Whatever you do, he accepts. Whatever you give to him, he accepts. The child, right? That is the divine love. That is the state of divinity, which the boy is showing you. He receives anything that you give to him. And now it is up to you, how do you serve him? He said, oh, it's interesting. So all this time I thought that it is a punishment, right? I have a curse that I'm going through. No, it's a blessing I'm going through. Not? Then his whole perspective changed. Now he says, Sai, I'm the most happiest person. Why? Because I'm serving Swami. Right? This, I would say, I'm ending with this story only because I feel all of us are blessed. Right? What do we do with the blessing is left to us. I can come many number of times. Swami, my daughter is getting married, my son is getting married, I have a company, I want to launch my product, I want your blessing. We can say every time we can come asking for a blessing, not knowing that we are already blessed. Why? Our mind says that, you ask for a blessing. Now we also run a company, we came with first product to Swami, and Swami very graciously blessed it, and we came back again with the second product. Now when somebody told me in the mandir, he said, what, Sai, you should know that's when Swami blessed you, he blessed you for generations to come. Swami's blessing doesn't have any expiry, right? You feel that only first product Swami can bless, not the second product? No. He is the one who is doing everything for you. He is the one who gave you the thought. He is the one who gave you the idea to do this. You forget that, you feel you own the idea, that's the time you become distant from him. You are already blessed, you continue with the blessing. That really opens up, right? So I know, we all know that, we all realize it, that highly blessed we are all, right? Having known Swami, having been with him, having seen him, and having read about him, or I'm sure many of us get his vision in a dream and so on. These are the way that he gets us closer to him. Let us not miss those opportunities, those moments, to serve him. And we have so many ways. I know Brother Harish wanted to say maybe one few lines I can say about how we students can be part of his work all the time. I feel that one is the love, right? That's what we have learned from all the slides that I could share here. Every slide has that behind is love in different form, right? If we can think like Swami, if we can walk like Swami, if we can act like Swami, right? And if we can do something that Swami will appreciate or approve, that's all we have to check. Any act we can do, it'll be a noble act. Right? And there are so many opportunities that Swami will give to us to serve him. And I'm sure that those opportunities we will not miss because we are his property, right? We are his students, and we'll make sure that we will achieve that, we'll do that, and put his message in our practice. Thank you again for this opportunity. Sai Ram to everyone.
Thank you, Brother Sai Manickam, for a wonderful talk. There was one point I hope many of us noticed. Whenever you are talking about lessons, you are talking about I. And whenever you are talking about blessings, it was always we. One of the main lessons I have learned in my interactions with him, and also during this talk, is a very important point: the power of perspective. How any situation can be handled very differently by just thinking in Swami's perspective. I know it's not easy because Swami is innately perfect. Since it almost feels so natural what he does. And we have got our own limitations, we have our history behind us. There's so much past. This is what happened last time. This is what that person told me. But Swami, every interaction of his, there is an expression they say, Nitya Nutanam. Every day, every darshan, every time it's fresh and new. But there is no baggage of the past. Yes, there are lessons of the past, but there's no baggage of the past. So in any situation, if we can just come up to a different perspective, if we can just look at it from beyond, like what is in it for me? Or is it right? Is it wrong? There's no judgment in Swami. It's not about, would this take it to a different position? Would this take it to a different position? It's not like that. He accepts. As he was telling about that baby who could not communicate or tell what it is, that is how he is. He accepts everything. There is one poetry in Tamil which says, Kamamum, Krodamum, Lobamum, Mohamum, Unpada Bhaktiyai Maravendam. Even let jealousy, let anger, let lust, let whatever negative emotions we have, offer it back to him. Let everything be a form of devotion to him. And by offering it to him, it automatically becomes sanctified. And we do take a step to a higher level. Let us just try to look at any situation from a higher perspective. And this is something which I have seen that he practices on a regular basis. So it is not something like something which he says. It is something which he practices. Even for something as small as a career. I was just discussing with him about my job. He was saying, don't think of it as an employee, think as a CEO. How that changes a perspective in a particular situation. It makes a lot of difference. If that one message we can carry from this talk today, I'm sure it will have a lot of impact in our lives. I thank you, Brother Sai Manickam, for the wonderful reminiscence of the various experiences you had and the opportunities. Many of these photographs we have seen and heard the stories. We today got to hear it from the horse's mouth, especially the story of Swami sitting in the bus and the association. I've heard it so many times, but first time I never knew he was part of the people in the bus. And today I saw the photograph. It was very beautiful. And another important point which he said about never hiding anything from Swami. See, Swami has told that, I am your one true friend. Very often we talk about friends whose color we suddenly get to see, There is no such opportunity with Swami. Let us have some alone time with him. If we can either sit in the altar or sit in your bedroom, or I'm sorry to say this in the hall, but even if you have to sit in a private room which we use, let it be. Let us spend some time with him. Let us be open with him for whatever feelings we have. Let us share with him. Let us not hide anything from him. Things which we even hide from ourselves. Very often there is some issue which we are facing and we are constantly blaming somebody. And then we move to another, let us say we are facing something in a particular school. We say, okay, let us leave the school and go to a different school. Then we see that in that school the same person follows us. We have the same experience again. Because most probably it is not the mistake of somebody else. It is some particular problem in us which needs to be corrected. And this is not something which we are hiding from others. It is something which we are hiding from ourselves. So if we develop this habit of speaking to Swami and completely opening to him, not hiding anything from him, it would really help us. Very grateful to Brother Sai Manickam for all these messages he shared with us today. I would now request a few of the prominent members of Ashram and the organization to honor Brother Sai Manickam. It would now be our pleasure to request Shri Ashok Shirale, Senior Administrator, Officer, Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Medical Sciences, Whitefield, to honor our guest speaker with a shawl as a small token of our love. Thank you, Ashok Shirale ji. I now request Shri Mukesh Pandya, accommodation in charge at Sri Sathya Sai Gokulam Canteen Complex, Whitefield, to present a bouquet of flowers to our guest speaker as a small token of our gratitude. Thank you, Mukesh Pandya ji. We sincerely thank Shri Sathya Sai Seva Organization, Karnataka, and the Brindavan Management Committee for total support to organize Samarpan every month. We thank the Director, Warden, and all the students of Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning, Brindavan campus, for turning up in large numbers. We thank the audiovisual team for all the arrangements and for quickly bringing back the mic whenever it went off. Thank you. We thank the Brindavan Ladies Sevadal team for the sumptuous prasadam prepared. We thank all of you in the audience who are here in good numbers and sharing the joy of Lord's divine experiences, and also the multitudes who would be watching this on the internet and sharing it with others. Thank you. So after the Aarti, we request all of you to experience the Trai Parikrama, to circumambulate the very residence where Bhagawan used to reside, and accept prasadam, which would be served near the Kalyana Mandapam. Some announcements. Next month, the 76th Samarpan Satsang session will be held here at Brindavan on 20th August. We have Brother Amar Vivek, alumnus Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning and part of the first batch of MBA students at Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning, sharing his wonderful experiences with Swami. I am looking forward to that. Next week, on 23rd July, the fourth Sunday of this month, we have the monthly music program at Brindavan, One with Sai. We have the performance of Abhilasha from Mumbai, a Sai devotee and a winner of Sarigama competition in one of the TV shows in India. Next month, medical camp will be held here at Brindavan on 6th August, Sunday. I now request Shri Sai Manickam to perform the Arati.
Om Jai Jagadish Hare Swami Sathya Sai Hare Bhakta Jana Samasta जय